What's going on, you guys? This is Dominic from PornAddictsHelp.com. Check this out. Many of you guys are struggling with porn addiction because you've done it for so much. You've trained your brain to reacting to your body in a certain way. In other words, you've created a situation where muscle memory has taken into play and your body expects you to ejaculate. It expects you to masturbate. It expects you to get ejaculation via masturbation. It's become such a habit to you that around 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, you always masturbate. And so now over time, your brain has said to your loins, okay, loins, it's time for you to build up some steam and get a release. Now, I know that sounds crazy. I know that may sound insane, but many of you all have done it because of muscle memory. So, how do you retrain yourself in that area? You go on a fast. I've said it before and I say it again. Many times, the reason why a lot of people are not free from porn addiction is because they approach it from a natural perspective and don't look at it from a esoteric spiritual perspective. They don't understand that what they're fighting is something in the unseen realm. So folks, your body has certain appetites. You have certain appetites. And guess what? Demon spirits have certain appetites as well. And they want to use your body as a vessel to express themselves through. That's why many of you all are trying to stop a certain behavior and you find it hard to stop. Is because those spirits are attempting to express themselves through you, what they consider their human vessel. And many of you have done it so long and done it so much, now your body has become accustomed to it. It's almost like, what's a good analogy? It's almost like going and playing basketball. No matter what I do, I know what my stroke is going to be. You pass me the ball, and I'm going to have a certain stance. I'm going to dribble a certain way. Why? Because I practiced it for so long that when I get in the real game, I automatically do it. I don't even have to think about it. I just post up or whatever and shoot the ball. Or in many cases, a golfer who has a certain swing, he doesn't have to think about it. He doesn't have to say to himself, well, let me go here and swing like this. No, he knows how to do it because he's practiced it so long that it becomes muscle memory that his brain automatically engages with the rest of his body and he positions himself in a certain way or herself in a certain way in a particular stance and bam, hole in one, right? Or bam, bogey, whatever. I'm not a golfer, but you guys get what I'm saying. And that's the same thing with this addiction. Many of you guys have watched porn for so long that your body has become an enemy against you. And so I understand it because some of you guys are saying, "Oh man, I don't want to masturbate. I don't want to masturbate, but I just gotta get this out of me. I gotta get this feeling out of me. I gotta get this pressure out of me because if I don't get this pressure out of me, I feel like I'm going to explode." How many of you guys that sounds familiar? You have this built up tension. And what I'm trying to share with you all is that what you have to do in order to overcome that part, because typically speaking, that part is the hardest part and is one of the main reasons why people find it so difficult to overcome porn addiction. And it's because they'll go a certain amount of time and then this pressure keep building up and building up and building up, where they feel like, you feel like you're about to explode unless you get a release. And you've seen that porn, and it's like, bam, I gotta release this power off of me, right? So what do you do to free yourself from that? To to get yourself to a point that your body is your ally and not your enemy. Go on a fast. Go on a fast. Go on a fast. I don't care if it's a 3-day fast, water fast, no food fast. Go on a fast. For those of you who have health issues where you can't necessarily go on a food fast, go on some type of consecration where you're not looking at social media, or you're not, you know, engaging in certain conversation. But the point is, you need to give up something in order to get something. In my case, I went on a fast. What you're doing when you're going on a fast is you're disempowering the enemy that's causing those parameters to exist in your life in the first place. What I would say as a Christian is, when you go on that fast, fill yourself up with more of God and His thoughts, His ways, positive affirmations, things of that nature. And then over time, the more you grow, you become organically connected to Christ, to where you don't even have a desire to even want to have porn anymore. That stronghold, once you get to a point of deliverance, once it's cast out, you don't even want to masturbate anymore, because you metamorphosize from that caterpillar to that butterfly. That's why I say, folks, that this thing is deeply spiritual. It's a lot deeper than what people think. People come on YouTube and they have all these thoughts, and they have all these theories. And folks, what I'm telling you is my experience. I'm not telling you Freudian science. I'm not telling you anything from Thoreau or whomever else. I'm telling you experiential knowledge. I'm telling you from the perspective of a person who dealt with porn addiction for over 17 years, from the perspective of a minister, a licensed minister, right? A person that counsels hundreds of people, right? I'm telling you, folks, one of the ways to overcome porn addiction is by first fasting, acknowledging and fasting. Fasting to disempower your flesh. Because essentially, when you stop eating, you are killing your flesh. See, the enemy, his power over you is in your flesh. So, what you have to do is you have to empower your spirit in order to overcome your flesh. So, in this instance, many of you guys have this pressure on you, and you don't feel better until you get it off of you. And you guys know what I mean by get it off of you, right? Till you ejaculate, right? So what do you do then? You go on a fast, and the more you empower your spirit, the less your flesh. So what's happening right now? Let's say this is your flesh. This is your spirit. What's happening right now is your flesh is here and your spirit is here. So every time that strong man spirit comes in, that gives you this um, impression of, if you will, to jerk off, right? To masturbate, to watch porn. That spirit is getting stronger and stronger. Your flesh is getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. The goal is for your spirit to do this. In other words, you want your spirit to overpower your flesh. Some of you guys, by act of your own willpower, for years have been doing this. So you keep having battles like, One day your flesh is stronger. Next day your spirit is weaker. One day your spirit is strong again. Next day your spirit is stronger. Strong, weak, strong, weak, strong, right? And so what you have to do is go on a fast, because once you fast, then you change the position from your spirit to your flesh. In other words, here you are in your flesh, you're fasting, and you notice as you're fasting, your spirit is gradually going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. So now the enemy, who uses your flesh like a satellite to get his impressions through. See, the enemy looks at your body as their vessel, and they want to express themselves through your vessel. So when you're masturbating, you're you're giving a release to that spirit, because in order for a spirit to operate in this earth realm, they have to have a body. So this demonic spirit says, you know what? I'm going to use your body to express myself through. And you know what? I need sex. I need masturbation. So you feel that feeling because that spirit that's operating through you wants to feel that. So what you need to do is this: fast. Fast. You notice it now. Now every time he's giving you this impression to 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 jerk off or to masturbate, excuse my language, to masturbate. Now you notice now, because your spirit is stronger, you have the power to say no. You have the power to be able to walk away and not affect you, because you have empowered your spirit, man. That is one of the main ways to overcome porn addiction. Now, I say this: when you fast, make sure that you're consecrating on the right things, because, as I said, when you're fasting, you're disempowering your flesh. You're disempowering that spirit's influence, the demonic spirit's influence on your flesh, to get you to do certain things. So it's vitally important that when you're fasting, that you put the right things into your spirit. You stay away from sexual books. You stay away from unfruitful conversations. You put, as I would do, you put more of God into you. Because now you're not only fasting, but you're praying, and now you got a double dose of power, because you've invited God in that situation. And because you've drawn to God, you're stronger and it's more solid, because your foundation then becomes God in Christ. Your foundation is solid, and now you don't have to do it anymore. And now, because of Christ, you have a nature change and you metamorphosize yourself to the point now that the enemy tries to come, but it doesn't work anymore. So that's a quick tip. Just go on a fast. And again, remember this example of what I said. This is your flesh. This is your spirit. This one is your spirit. So the goal is for your spirit to overpower your flesh. One of the ways that you do that is through fasting, it's through praying, it's through worshiping God, it's through confession, it's through forgiveness. Those are some of the tips that you do. But the more that you put filth into your spirit, the more that you become gluttonous, the more that you put sin in your life, you allow sin in your life, the stronger you're allowing the influence of the enemy to be on your flesh. And look at it like this: look at your flesh like a satellite that receives a signal. And we receive signals from the spirit world. Either we receive a signal from God, if you will, from God, or we receive a signal from the the devil and his demonic kingdom, right? So we either can express ourselves via the Holy Spirit, or we can express ourselves through whatever demonic spirit Satan wants to send at us at that particular time. And since I'm talking about porn addiction, that rabbit hole is deep. Some of you guys, your issue, as I've said in previous videos, is not even the porn addiction itself, but rather it's the other trauma that has allowed the addiction to manifest in the first place. So again, empower your spirit by disempowering your flesh, and over time, just watch your spirit become so strong that even when the suggestion comes, even when that quote unquote pressure comes to masturbate, you just brush it right off. It's like, oh man, whatever, whatever. Like, okay, okay, whatever. When you're getting weak, you will know it. And whenever you get weak, because here's the other thing, the spirit will try to come back in to influence you yet again. Go on a fast again, pray again, see Christ again. For more tips and strategies on how you can overcome porn addiction, email me at Dominique Brown, Dominique at pornaddictself.com, or www.pornaddictself.com, www.pornaddictself.com. There you'll see over 8 hours of, of informative. Now it's 8 hours. It was six. So if you see some videos, now it's around 8 hours. 8 hours of informative information on how you, my friend, can finally overcome porn addiction. And I want to say this, yes, it is coming from a biblical perspective because I found that that works. I'm unapologetically a Christian. I love Christ. And I know his power operates because I was delivered from porn addiction after struggling with it for over 17 years. So I'm telling you what I know, not what I thought or what I heard someone else say. These are tips and strategies that I have used myself. So check it out. If you want some consultation, hit me up. I love you guys. I hope that helps. Peace.